Hey fans, it's me Aaron for a comic show. It's Star Wars week. Welcome home, Star Wars to Marvel. It's freaking awesome. I love this issue. I hope Star Wars fans come in and check it out. The phone's been ringing off the hook about Star Wars here at a comic shop, and we're gonna have a big party in the Geek Easy Wednesday for the Star Wars launch. This is the cover. It's John Cassaday, Jason Aaron writing it, and it's brilliant. I am like a lifelong Star Wars fan. I was born in '76. I remember seeing Empire in the theater. I played with my C-3PO until all the gold was rubbed off of him and he was missing a hand, and I drew the lines back on my R2 with a Sharpie. I love this book. It's set between A New Hope and Empire Strikes Back, but a lot of cool stuff happens. Like they're swinging for the fences here. Han Solo, and this is the very beginning of this issue. You'll read this in the first few preview pages. If you look at that, Han Solo goes undercover to sabotage some Imperial base, and his cover is he is a smuggler for Jabba the Hutt, which kind of works because he actually is. Sure, he had a bounty on his head, but why would the Empire care about that? So you have the characters that you probably love from the original trilogy and doing badass stuff in that era with Vader. And Vader is, you know, he had to build his reputation between Sith and A New Hope, and he's just this badass, you know, he's still a whiny guy in a little lava pit in Sith, and The New Hope, he's just this badass dude that like strangles people and blows up planets, and then the Death Star gets destroyed, and he goes swirly out because some bucket of bolts shoots him and whatnot with the Nerf herder and all that. Now Vader just has this like butthurt parade. And you see this in Return, like on Hoth, where Vader is just minutes away from getting at them. Like Vader wants them, and he catches up with him at Cloud City. Spoiler if you haven't seen Empire. So Vader apparently in this had been trying to get them ever since the destruction of the Death Star, and in this very issue, they waste no time. And Cassaday, you know his stuff from Planetary. He's great at sci-fi. He's great at this. Jason Aaron, this is his bag. This is what he was also born to do. Great choice, great issue. Try it, seriously. It's exercise, it's awesome. We'll be playing the trilogy, the original trilogy. We'll have lithos while supplies last with Scotty Young. We'll have buttons while supplies last. If you buy a copy, we'll have like variant covers like this one with like Bucky O'Hare on it. Yes, I know it's not Bucky O'Hare, but come on, it looks, yeah. And we also have a deal in a comic shop where you can get this $5 issue 1 of Star Wars free when you buy any graphic novel in the store. Like any graphic novel. Like I would suggest get any $10 Image Volume 1. Get Saga Volume 1 if you haven't, and get this for free. So, you know, I'll be your new best friend. You'll love both those things. Moving on to other Marvel stuff really fast, because I know I talked a lot about Star Wars, but the Spider-Verse, every Spider-Man, everywhere Spider-Verse, #2, the anarchic Spider-Man, the anarchic arachnid, the with great power comes no future. I loved this story in here. It's worth it for just that story with the spikes, and you get so much more backstory and stuff on the secret identity of the punk rock Spider-Man. I've been loving Spider-Verse. That issue killed it. All new Captain America, still digging this. You see the cover. This actually happens in the issue. This is not a bait and switch. I am super enjoying Rick Remender's take on this new Cap. Social justice Captain America, awesome. I like how he is different from Steve Rogers in philosophy and in execution and in not executing. Great stuff. S.H.I.E.L.D. inspired by the hit TV series, but I've had to clarify this like maybe 100 times in the comic shop. This is not in the cinematic universe. This is in the Marvel comic 616, if you will, universe. This is the characters from S.H.I.E.L.D., agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., interacting with Marvel Universe characters that they otherwise would never be able to interact with because of budget constraints, maybe, legal constraints when it comes to Fantastic Four or X-Men characters. And this one is a lot of Miss Marvel. And I love Miss Marvel. A lot of people love Miss Marvel. People can't get enough of Miss Marvel. The first issue went through 7 printings. The first collection has sold through and been reprinted. Craziness. And Wade and Ramos. Wade is killing it on this book. It's great. Get #2 if you like #1 at all. Or if you like Miss Marvel, come and get that. Don't even worry about number 1 because it was kind of a single issue, one and done story. Sure, there might be elements carried over, but you got a single complete story there. You get a single complete story here. And whatever overarching plot points will be there. Probably Coulson, you know how he likes to interconnect things between movies and whatever. So moving on, Wolverines 2. This is weekly. It's crazy. You see Mr. Sinister. You see him doing experiments on Wolverine's dead body monument. It's awesome. So Love Child Soul, great stuff. Fox is writing this one. They're kind of tag team writing it. Great stuff. And it's a big Avengers week. 4 months till time runs out. Secret Wars, big old Thanos cover. This issue, the Cabal blows up. The Cabal, like, I'm not spoiling anything. You knew the Cabal couldn't last forever. This is the issue where things really, truly come to a head with the Cabal. Like, seriously. Don't get confused. This is issue 40. This is 34.2 Avengers. It's, you know, the new universe type stuff. You saw the last issue, 34.1. If you read it, you thoroughly enjoyed it. So just get this issue if you get Avengers. I'm sure the plot points will be picked up as these characters from that new universe are going to be part of whatever is Secret War, obviously, because Secret War is going to be everything. Everything you ever liked and didn't like about Marvel is going to be Secret War. And conspiracy theories abound about what's going to be after. And Time Runs Out Volume 1, Hickman's first volume for Time Runs Out is out this week. So if you're waiting for the collection, it's here. Get it. DC, I didn't have much to talk about with DC. You know I have a huge affinity for the characters. I have a bias for the characters. But Marvel's just nailing it lately. They're just nailing it more. Batgirl had a little bit of a flap with issue 37 with the character that dressed like Batgirl but then was like a man. And everyone was like, oh, gross, crying game, whatever. And I get it. I get that. Like, and I like that the creators apologized immediately on Twitter saying, look, we didn't see it that way. We were oblivious. We're sorry for offending people. We're sorry for pushing negative stereotypes, and we're going to do better. And they do better. And yeah, I'm enjoying the book. There's that. Fables, The Wolf Among Us. It is based on the Telltale video game, so it's not necessarily in continuity with the comic. It is the video game, but it could be. Like, it could be. This could be a Bigby story that is canonical. Sure, in Telltale games, you can do what you want, kind of choose your own adventure, kind of do whatever, but this is perhaps putting it into canon. This is the storyline. This is what is part of what we are using as Fables. So I'm reading it as if it is canon. You can too, because, you know, they're all Fables. They're not called the literals, right? Moving on, Image, The Walking Dead. Always love it, always read it, can never really talk much about it because it's all kind of spoilerific. Stuff happens, it's crazy. I like Carl being the protagonist now, that's awesome. I'm just saying he is because that's how I'm reading it. But you could argue with me if you want, but that's how I feel. At Shudder, Alarm Cat Funnies was hilarious. I'm really loving this book. It's a lot of fun. You should check it out. Get the $1 first issue, get the $10 first trade. I like that they're skewing the whole fantasy adventure story to be like, well, what about all these monsters and these things that the fantasy adventurers fought? Are they really bad, or is he just like abusive and racist towards monsters and those that don't fit the beauty norm and the norm of what society accepts? Are they really that bad, or are they just kind of shot at for no real reason? I don't know. I'm enjoying it, and it's fun, you know. And Rat Queens, you guys, if you are watching this on Bleeding Cool or even on the internet much at all, you know the drama of the artist from Bleeding Cool and how he's no longer on the book, and that's that was the right choice. I'm loving this book. The Braga special, #1, it was awesome. It is her origin. It was so well done. It made so much sense. I called it, honestly, I called what it was going to be weeks before to several people in writing, so that, because people are like, oh man, you read stuff ahead of time or whatever, you know, blah, 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 no. This is wonderful. It is epic. It has to do with things that are important about identity and war and peace and what's expected of you from your parents and your society and what choices you actually have and what are the consequences of making choices that are true to yourself but not what your tribe wants you to make. And it's all done in this one single issue. I thoroughly enjoyed it. And not just because it proved me right, because it was a great story. And I can't wait for Rat Queens to get its mojo back and start coming out regularly because it's a lot of great characters. It's a good book, and I wish it the best. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.